be, such as Rebecca Smith, Nicola Reed, Jeannie McShane, Beth Lehman, and now gone Rick Garza. Those people need to be fired because their John Hancock is on every one of those applications that were fraudulently handed out. Whereas they rejected black people and brown people that had legitimate applications in 2015.
What this represents is that the nickels, we get one store. The quarters, the white ones, they get 5 stores. See?
Buckwheat sings a song, it's eternally his.
If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and you pull it out 6 inches, that's not progress.
While being openly gay has presented its challenges, I have dodged many limitations in life due to being a white cis man.
Thank you. Do you honestly feel that I'm attacking you for asking for those things?
You done?
No, I'm going to take my full time.
No, you won't. Okay, we're done.
Oh, no, really? Is that how it's going to be?
No, we've told you this before, Christopher. This isn't, you talk about being a journalist. This is not a press conference. If you have questions for us, you can ask them.
Let me explain it to you. I'm allowed
4 minutes
to have a dramatic
pause.
It's called a dramatic pause. I will address you how I care to address you, as long as I don't swear at you, okay, or threaten you. I am allowed to have dramatic pause as a component of my presentation to you. Period. You know that. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. That attitude from you is going to get you sued.
I put that in a public records request, and I was told by the public relations wonk that's working this particular file that they're now going to give me the interview notes and some of the positive accomplishments that led to his decision, to the decision to hire him as a director. That's all I want. So I'm not going to have somebody saying that I'm condemning him or any of that. I don't know the guy yet. I don't know his record yet. I'm not condemning him. I'm just asking legitimate questions, which I do as a trained professional journalist and as a citizen. Right. Do I need to recap?
The fact is, because multiple people now are signed up, now we're cutting the time back. I don't understand that. We were here for 3 hours. We were here. Cut my time, please.
We did stop here. We
were here for 3 hours on January 31st. We supported what was going on. What I'm saying is
3 hours to talk about social equity before, Mike.
That's not true.
That's not absolutely true. I've sat here
not for 3 hours,
even after meetings.
Is that true? Is that true?
All right.
Is that true? We've been here for 3 hours talking about social equity.
We've
never been here for 3 hours.
We're going to start your clock again. You got 3 minutes. If you want to spend it yelling at me, go ahead.
Hyperbole, and you're lying.
You completely tried to deflect the discussion that Mike Asai was engaging you in, which was, again, the 1 minute reduction. All right. You've never done that before. And there have been times you didn't even call me to speak when I know I was signed up. We're going to get into all that. Great afternoon, people of the jury. The court will instruct you on the appropriate weight to be given various articles of evidence. It is my contention that when viewing this particular article of evidence, it will be clear that my intention to speak at that meeting was manifest. And it will be further clear to you that my outrage is justified, and you will be entitled to take these issues into consideration when you make your ultimate decision, which will be to tell David Postman and the board that they are condemned to eternal hell. But what you're doing here is content and viewpoint-based discrimination against black and brown and our issues, okay? And I let you get by with it. I warned you 9 months ago from Martha's when we had that call, and you cut me off again, all right? I've had it with you. And furthermore, the whole agency basically needs to be disemboweled, and you need to be divested of any authority over cannabis whatsoever. And yeah, I'm coming at you, buddy, and I'm coming at you in your individual capacity because you and I are both professional journalists, whether or not you choose to accept that. And yeah,
conversation that every cannabis business in the state of Washington is a small business.
By the first thing first, Vicky Christopherson's comment that every cannabis business is a small business, that's a lie. I don't know if she thinks Uncle Ike's and Khalifa are small businesses. I don't know what definition she's using there or what she's smoking, but whatever it is, I don't want it because it distorts reality. Next, who among you kept leases from places that you lived, like 20 years ago, more than a year or two? Nobody kept those leases, okay? So that's why trying to get rid of the declarations or affidavit portion when it comes to DIA makes no sense at all.
It's a disparate impact on black and brown, hands down, especially in those areas. We didn't own homes there, and it's garbage. Get rid of it. Okay, next. Why do you block comments on your Facebook, on your YouTube page, by the way? Because, you know, I listened to your caucus meeting, okay? And you were proclaiming about how you're very liberal about your speech policies and all that stuff, right? Well, you know, why would you do that? I know you don't answer me. You answer other people, and we'll talk about that when I sue you. And I know you said, Mr. Postman, you feel very comfortable in that lawsuit. Good, because it's coming, and we have enough to get you to jury. Trust me on that. All right. So we're going to talk about all that. Now, this discussion today is in honor of my buddy Evan Wright. He's not here with us, but in terms of talking about this trafficking thing right now, I just want to refer people to his last work, which is the Torture Inc., now showing on Max. And he and I talked about the LCB quite a bit, and we were going to do some work together on that, but he's not here anymore. So I'm going to talk about the shackles myself today, and I know he would want me to continue on with what we discussed. And so in your discussion the other day on your caucus thing, sure, yeah, you said, I don't see any bias. Somebody said that. Yeah, well, I got your caucus right here, buddy. I see bias all the time, all right? We'll let a court determine that. But, you could have hired me as a consultant to deal with all that stuff. I could have helped you out. But, sure, you had a long time at 4 minutes compared to other agencies. That's fine and good. But nothing was broken there. There was no need to change it. The amount of times you had, an exponential amount of speakers was infinitesimal. All right. There was no problem. But you go to fix it after I call you on it. All right. That's garbage. And furthermore, within the time period that you had the 4 minute thing, which was forever, you blew it. You discriminated. You cut the time when there were brown issues and the GLBTQ. You didn't cut that time, and their meeting was 3 times as long.
Christopher, you have 30 seconds.
That goes to a jury right there, along with the fact that you're cutting me off for my dramatic pauses and all this and that. You can't do that. No. And there were times I wrote in, you didn't call me either. So yeah, you make fake promises to do stuff like you did with my co-op 138 people. Promise to get with them. It was your guys' error who sent, and I'll wind up shortly, your guys, Shannon Angel, sent a notice out to law enforcement, and they got investigated, and his heart was stopped.
Christopher, that's your time.
Almost done. Just give me a second as you give other people, okay? Please. You do. So I'll be done in 10 seconds. And anyway, Shannon Angel based that report, that email, on the address they were looking to purchase, not their actual address, and they ruined their whole lives, and none of you have done a darn thing about it. Good day.
Thank you.
I'm going to just get started.
Good afternoon, board members, Ali Garrett, David Postman, and board member Valendroff. I have a couple issues I'd like to address today. I actually had this down to 3 minutes, and that's the thing I like to speak on. It's like as if when the problem I have is when we have issues in the white community, we get whatever type of response, we get a great response, we get adequate time to address those issues. What's currently happening now to those people that are out there in the audience is that the LCB has got caught doing some racist things to our black and brown community. What I mean by that is it's going to come out within the next couple of weeks that this agency purposely kept black and brown people out of the industry. There was people there actively in that agent in the LCB, such as Rebecca Smith, Nicola Reed, Jeannie McShane, Beth Lehman, and now gone Rick Garza. Those people, with the exception of Rick Garza being that he has retired, those people need to be fired because their John Hancock is on every one of those applications that were fraudulently handed out. Whereas they rejected black people and brown people that had legitimate applications in 2015. We all looked for the reason as to why this was. Now we have evidence as to why it was. And it's those people I just named. I'm not happy that we're getting ready to expose this. And black people are probably going to be in an uproar when they find out that the LCB did this intentionally. Now we have it to where they can only complain for 3 minutes. When the world was white and the weed was white and the agency that controlled it was white, they gave them 4 minutes to voice any ill feelings they had towards what the agency was doing. But now that black people are coming with a legitimate fight for legitimate reasons, we're cut down to 3 minutes. I just don't get it, Chair Postman. I don't understand why you made the decision. Ali, I don't understand why you supported that decision when your people are the one coming with the complaints right now as far as what this agency's done to it. Why would that be minimized? Our people have a right to express the wrongs that they have been done or that has been done to them. I'm really upset because of that. I don't like the change when we have an issue. You guys want to bottle up our issues, like the same. This is no different than trying to tell our kids that slavery didn't exist. And the way you guys deal with that is by not teaching it adequately in schools. LCB did the Black and brown community wrong. And you guys know that's coming out. And you took the time away from us to voice our concerns and express our concerns about it. That is not right. And we're going to push back on this as a community. We're going to do that. And just because you cut it back to 3 minutes, that's just going to mobilize us to come down there in person. That's going to mobilize us to pack up the pathways, and we'll take that 3 minutes.
We'll move on now.
Oh, we're going to be moving on, all right. We're going to be moving on right toward court, okay? Listen, I got Loki home now, got my attorney in that bullshit defamation case in Wisconsin, and now we're going to be returning to you.